Well, all right, this is Generation Me, and I'm Tshering Wangchuk, your host. And today I'm here at Bellkill Higher Secondary School. A winter camp called HAIKU is being organized at the school. And anyway, let's find out more about the camp. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Alexander Lawrence, the co-founder of the HAIKU Academic Development and Leadership Development Program.
Thank you so much.
My name is Sonam Delma, and I am also, as Alex mentioned, the other co-founder of HAIKU Bhutan.
Anyway, thank you very much for your introduction. And, well, all right, yes, I'm with the two founders of the camp. Well, if you could tell us something about the camp.
Sure, let's start with the meaning of the name, which is haiku, spelled H-A-I-K-U. The word haiku usually refers to a form of Japanese poetry. However, we are using the word in a slightly different way. We are using it as an acronym that represents 5 powerful words that we feel are integral to our educational philosophy. And those words are happiness, action, imagination, knowledge, and unity. And there are many ways to describe what's happening with the haiku program. One perspective would be to see that haiku is about integrating all the foundational curricular subjects such as physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics, Zonka, English, integrating all these with values and principles of leadership. So we think about happiness, we think about action. We look at ways to help our students develop their own happiness and understand the meaning of happiness. We help our students explore what it means to use their imagination and then to take action on their ideas. We look at ways for them to explore knowledge and to deepen their knowledge. And then last but not least, we look at ways for them to come together as a team, as a group, and to experience a sense of unity within their community and within their nation.
Anyway, what about you, Sonam? Why do you think it is called haiku? Can I have your views on this?
Sure. Just as Alex mentioned, it was just not a long time ago when we founded HAIKU Bhutan. We both have the heart and the want, the desire to do something bigger than ourselves for our community as well as the world at large. So Alex is very smart, and he came up with the acronym. So haiku, as he said, means happiness, action, imagination, knowledge, and unity. And I don't want to repeat what he said because he captured it very well. But I think it also, when we think about Bhutan and what Bhutan is known for outside of Bhutan, gross natural happiness, the values align. The values that we have for haiku aligns with the values of Bhutan. And we couldn't think of a better place to launch this program for youth than Bhutan.
But why did you decide to start or launch the program here in the capital, Thimphu?
Sure. Well, I was born in Bhutan, so that's one of the biggest reasons why we brought back to Bhutan, because we have good support system. And, we thought that, again, this was started only about 3 months ago, to get all the approvals and to plan things. It was just easier to do it in Thimphu. Coordination was really hard, and winter vacation was coming up fast. So we had a support system to establish this in Thimphu. And, as we go on speaking about this program, you will realize that we have teachers from the eastern part of Bhutan, 10 students from the eastern part of Bhutan. We have students from all over Thimphu. So we're trying to be as inclusive, but definitely for this year, it's just been logistically easier to do it in Thimphu than anywhere else.
Part of our program this winter includes a very impressive list of guest speakers. And that was another reason to initially have this program in Thimphu, because logistically it's much simpler to coordinate. The vast majority of our distinguished guest speakers are already here in Thimphu, so it became an easier task to coordinate. We would not have to worry about as many travel details. But again, just to echo the words of Sonam, this is the very beginning. This is the pilot program. And as we continue the program in Bhutan, our goal very much is to expand the program in many ways, to incorporate additional forms of curriculum. We want to do more instruction in Dzongkha, for example. That's a big goal for next year. And we also want to launch the program in the eastern part of the country. So there are many ways where we can expand, but I guess you have to walk before you can run. So,
Anyway, so how do you guys think this camp will benefit the students?
well, I believe that the goal of this program is to develop empowered leaders. I like the theme of leadership because leadership incorporates everything. It incorporates strong foundations in academic studies. So one key element here is successful preparation for the BH SEC examination in end of grade 12. Many of the courses we have directly relate to the BH SEC examination. So that's one goal. But in a larger sense, what are we looking to do with this program? We're looking to create empowered leaders who can not just memorize information, but synthesize information, come up with new solutions to problems, come up with creative ideas, potentially come up with entrepreneurial ideas, so that we begin to move in the direction of creating members of society who can invent entirely, new and useful products, new business ideas, and at the same time who can ground their work in core values that relate to the sustainability of our society and our nation. People who care for the environment, people who care for each other. Instilling that sense of values is so critically important.
Let's talk more about leadership. How do you think this camp will help students to build, leadership qualities?
To my mind, there are two key areas. One is seeing inspiring examples of other leaders. We've already seen some very inspiring and impressive, eminent guest speakers who've come and graced us with their presence and their wisdom. And I think when students are exposed to such deep thinkers and wise philosophers, they themselves feel that stirring within their own hearts that they want to become that kind of a great person. And we're also busy in the regular school year. There's not a chance to expose students to those types of wonderful experiences. So that's one key area. Another key area is for our students to find their own inner voice and to learn to become very confident communicators. I think that there is a certain aspect of the culture here where there's a feeling sometimes that being quiet and being extremely soft-spoken is a sign of respect. And while I feel that can be true in some cases, I think it's also equally respectful, equally dignified to have a strong voice and to become a powerful communicator. And so we're helping the students find their voice through public speaking. There's a lot of public speaking going on right now. We actually led a exercise just yesterday where many students stood up in front of the entire group, 65 people, and spoke in depth about their ideas for launching haiku clubs in their home schools. So we're just providing lots and lots of opportunities for students to stand up and take initiative and express themselves, and we're creating a safe environment for that to happen so that if they're not used to it, they still feel safe and comfortable practicing with us.
Oh, thank you. Well, Amson, if you could tell me something about the regular activities and programs of the camp.
Sure. So just to augment what Alex said, we're trying to make this a very wholesome experience for the kids. Besides the classes, our students are class 11 science students who are going into class 12 in 2016. So we definitely cover the core curriculum: chemistry, math, physics, biology, English. And in addition to that, we want these kids to have as much experience to alternate things like global awareness. So we have a global awareness class. And for the last 5 days, I've been leading the classes, the day with yoga sessions. And then we also have other activities that are planned throughout the day to differentiate, from what they're doing. So the other class, I think it's going to be I don't know, what is it going to be? We have global awareness, the core curriculums, yoga, and then the leadership series, of course. There's a series of speakers, as Alex mentioned. We have amazing role models in our own culture, and we want, for the first pilot program, we want our Bhutanese people to inspire our own students, to tell them what inspired them to do what they're doing, how did they get to where they are. So that's what differentiates us, our program.
I think one other thing I would add to that is a focus on project-based learning. So, for example, we have a wonderful chemistry instructor who is helping the students in our chemistry classes learn to actually create soap as a practical aspect of chemistry. And I was just earlier today sitting in on some of the initial presentations, and I can tell you without shadow of a doubt that these students have mastered all the foundational aspects of this first week, and they're very much on track to knowing everything they need to know to make a variety of high-quality, professional-grade soaps. In fact, I'm so optimistic, I think we may open a soap factory sometime. We were just looking at the numbers to see the profit potential between the raw materials and the final production, but it looks like within just a few weeks from now we'll have maybe 50 very high quality bars of soap, different scents, different colors, different types of oil bases. And our students, I invite you, in fact, perhaps they'll have a chance in a later program with you, they'll be able to walk through every single step chemically in terms of what they're doing. And that's exciting because not only are they creating a viable business product, but they built the scientific foundations of understanding exactly what they're doing.
Anyway, what inspired you guys to organize the HAIKU Camp in Bhutan?
Well, I was born in Bhutan, and I have been very fortunate to have been sponsored by an American couple to go to university in the U.S. And, Alex and I always have had the desire to help our communities and the world at large. And I couldn't think of a better place than Bhutan, because that's where I got free education from a wonderful country of Bhutan. And when I think of our values and, the values of HAIKU and what we could do in terms of launching a nonprofit school, Bhutan is the best place. And eventually, besides spreading this program in Bhutan, we would like to take it worldwide. So we just think Bhutan is the fertile ground for it this year.
Anyway, so what do you expect to achieve during this 45-day camp here in Thimphu?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. Alex and I have been a part of this program. This is our 5th day, and it's so amazing to see the students blossoming. The students did not know each other, and they did not know the teachers. We have 6 wonderful teachers from Mongar. We have 65 students, and out of 65, we have 55 students from Thimphu and 10 students from Mongar. And our goal, as we were saying earlier, is to make the learning practical. How does chemistry, the chemicals that you learn, whatever you learn in chemistry, how do we take it into the real world? So as Alex mentioned, they're making soap. One of our goals is to help them, instill in them the sense of entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. So that's what, after they graduate here, to sustain the program, they'll propose to us HAIKU clubs for the individual schools, and we want them to have clubs, and then next year we'll start this. Do you want to take it over?
Sure. I'll
take it over.
We're looking to create a successful outcome that is defined in the following ways. We're looking to help our students develop strong academic success in these core foundational subject areas, and we're looking to define success in many other relevant ways for our students. And those include helping our students develop their confidence. Confidence is a major theme. We're also looking to help our students develop global awareness. We're also looking to help our students develop and deepen their sense of values. It's one thing to have knowledge, but it's another thing to know how do you wish to apply your knowledge in the real world towards the betterment of your community. And that requires a deep sense of values. And we're also looking to help our students develop a sense of entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the capacity to imagine solutions to problems that people have not yet thought of. It's a very strong component of imagination. And it's the confidence to follow up your imagination with action and to bring in other people to help you, right? All these things, it's a way of synthesizing many, many different kinds of skills that all tie back to these 5 core elements of HAIKU: happiness, action, imagination, knowledge, and unity. So if you were to summarize all that together, I guess the phrase that I would think of would be holistic education. Education for the whole person. Education for their body, their mind, their spirit, their heart, their character, their sense of the future, all those things integrated together.
All right. Thank you very much for talking to PBS.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Just some final words. We feel that it's very important for us to mention that this creation that's happened so far is very much a team project. It is not just the work of Sonam and myself. I, for myself, would very much wish to extend a heartfelt gratitude to Her Majesty, the Royal Queen Grandmother, who was very instrumental in helping us to get the program going here in Bhutan. And we wish to extend thanks to our many project directors who've helped this program and the teachers who've chosen to help create this the first year.
As well as the parents and the students themselves. The parents and the students had the option to take the winter off, but we're very touched by their motivation to want to learn something different and to do something different during the 45 days. So thank you so much, Tshering.
Thank you so much. Thank you.